2 streams back to back day-wise? That's fucking crazy, bro. Whoever would have thought? I'm very glad I didn't have to reconnect what OBS was picking up from my mic, because that would have kind of sucked. Hang on, let me just actually... Oh yeah, okay. It's on the right one. Surprisingly, it is on the right one. Anyways, hi, hello. Archon quests, bro. Archon quests. I was gonna start on the login screen, but then I remembered that it flashbangs you immediately once you actually go into the game. So I figured that probably wasn't the best idea. But, that was me attempting to click back into the game. There we go. I did just have lunch, so throat is a little not great. Okay, what am I doing? Right. I remembered what I'm doing. I'm gonna go use that resin immediately, because I have been slowly gathering stuff to level up. Not level up, but like, kind of level up and build Aoife, because Aoife, you know. Aoife. I love Aoife. He's just a silly guy, you know? That's probably gonna be my counterpoints for dailies as well. Ow. My Tighnari is not built that well. One day, I will build him as he is meant to be. Ah. Come on, death. Yeah, like that. Beautiful. Keep it burning. Ah, shit. Ow. Whoops. I just got fucking whacked in the face. Hello, my cat. Thank you for lurk. Damn. Sorry, I just saw that 42. Goddamn. Good. Shit. Death. Ah, not to me. Come on. Finish him off. There we go. Jeez. No way I can get it down in two of those rotations. I did not this time. I should probably get out of here and go heal. Wait. I'm not stupid. Maybe? Healing, healing. Okay. Ouch. Sometimes I forget how much damage I'm like actually doing. It's not as much as I would hope it to be. Come on, go down. There we go. This feels weird. I've come here before I've done anything else that I normally do. Normally, I spend 30 minutes to an hour on Sky. So, it's just a little bit off. Why did I go back to? Okay. Last time. And then I'll leave you alone. Not my fault, but you're needed for 2 characters that I've wanted to build.
Keep up. Keep up. I'll uproot you.
Ow.
I hear everything. Can't see.
Yeah, damn it. Whatever. We got this. Surely.
I'll uproot you. Keep up.
Stop it. There we go. Okay. Use. And then. Thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I did not. Hang on. Aoife. Yeah. That tracks. I think I have enough for
Cuckoo.
a few days of grinding at least. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, what weekly boss are we fighting? 'Cause I still have 30 resin to spend. Could go murder child again. Gotta love murdering child. Wait, that sounds wrong. Apologies, I just opened my bottle of Sprite again. Just yeah, we'll go murder child again. 'Cause why not? 'Cause I can. That's why I wanna. Yeah, we'll go for level 90. No. Okay, wait. Who then? Who? The wolf? Can I murder the wolf? I sure hope so. Wait, let me. I can. Okay. Oh, please don't. Oh, no. This is why I love having Sonic on my team. Oh, get the fuck out of here. You are not welcome here. Nobody asked. Oh god. How did I manage to get 2 fuckers on me? There we go. Jesus Christ. And of course I get the bleeding effect, so I gotta heal everyone now. Okay. Gumming, I love you. You're getting swapped with Venti again. Hang on. Yep, knew it. Hit a minute! Okay. Actually. Okay. Ouch. Come here, bitch. Aww. That's mean. Yeah, go run your laps. I'll be here. Glad I didn't immediately go to try and murder him again. Because normally I do that, and then I get wronged.
I hear everything. Can't wait. Who do you think you are?
Uh. Yippee! Pyro? Wait. Sorry, I just actually looked at that list for once. Why does he give Pyro stuff? Like, hell does that make sense?
So nice and warm. Nothing like
Shut up. Okay, ba, 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 ba.
Keep up.
Ad Astra.
Shut.
Thank you for
That looks like the battle pass. Alright. What we mining, boys? Go for the stuff over here, because I kind of always need the magic crystal stuff. And that spawns over there. Hang on, did my... let me go check if the... the bot thing actually worked today. It did! Oh, thank God. I don't know... no one knows why it didn't work yesterday. But for some reason, the bot didn't go off yesterday in our Discord server. Okay. I just remembered. Double lurk from Red? That's crazy.
I'll watch your back.
Yes, Fraser. Okay. Good job. Just murder all of these rocks. Don't tell Core. Here. Glad I checked in this corner. God, my voice does not want to be good today. I know I've finished the daily thing now, but I want all the rocks I can possibly get. You know. I like rocks, bro.
Look out below!
Not like you, however. Oh, yay. That did not take much. Okay. Oh, damn. Covered over here, god damn. I will gladly eat all of this. Come back. Oh. Could switch Venti back in. And then... Was it working on this one? Yeah. Yeah, because I was doing Wanderer stuff. I remember. I remember. Scaramouche. I do, in fact, know his name. Yes, yes, all the quests I haven't done.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead.
About the Raiden Gokuden.
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art
Those
of
are names I'm
forging
not gonna
practiced by
remember.
these 5
Except for
clans
Ishin. I know
was
Ishin.
first taught to them personally
Only because
by
of
the
Kazua's
almighty
story
shogun.
quest.
Over time, the 5 branches diverged
It's
from
the
one
only
another
reason.
as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
See?
Oh yeah, we were. Paimon remembers that now.
Yes, that
We'll
is
have to
what I
get about the
just was
decline of
talking
the
about.
Raiden Gokuden then too. It seems like such a shame.
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Not dark and
The Raiden
sorrowful.
were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace.
I'm being
One
smothered by
brave
cat. If I
swordsmith
suffocate and you find me covered in cat hair, you know the culprit.
chose not to
Okay.
flee, but he rushed to the scene,
Glad you gave me a heads up.
to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow
hello.
to his family's
I
fortunes.
don't know how to
His
pronounce your
orphan son
name,
was
but
left to
welcome to
fend for
chat.
himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and
Jai?
destitute,
Like that?
the only legacy
Or
he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation
or is
bore
it
this
pronounced like
grudge,
J?
living in utter misery. Alas,
Jai? Okay.
if only the
I
story
figured you
could have
got
ended
a little
there.
bit of stream delay, so.
But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of
Anyways,
his
welcome
wits
in, welcome in.
and could bear their fate no longer.
My name is Pixel and I have a massive hyperfixation on
Nothing
Genshin,
could
and I
change
have
it.
for the past
Finally,
month-ish,
he made a drastic
and I've
decision
slowly been making my way
to
through
take
the Archon
revenge on
quest.
the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent up anger and shake the very
How far are you?
foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his
In
fury,
technicality,
he
just
murdered
finished
indiscriminately,
main story
killing even
quest
bladesmiths from
of
the Hyakume clan which he belonged to.
Sumeru.
His goal
But
was
in my free
absolute,
time, I did
the
do the
devastation
Natlan
of
Archon
all
quest
of
because
the
you could
Raiden
just,
Gokuden.
you
But
know,
when he came
instantly
to the Kaedehara
do it, and I
Kamisato clans,
was bored and
his killing
didn't
spree
feel like
came to
streaming,
an
so.
abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares.
Otherwise, I've been
They
streaming
fought
the
back
Archon quests.
fiercely,
The
and they did
entirety of
not spare
Sumeru
his life.
has been streamed.
That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
But I think I'm still at AR 55, so Legend of the Raiden Gokuden has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmith. Uh-oh. Looks like the Balladeer did something in Irminsul, but it seems Niwa still
Is
died.
there anything else
Damn.
you wanted to ask?
Why did you do it in such a confusing order? Because I could. That's why. I've done everything else in, order. In, like, actually the order you're meant to do it in. I've been forcing myself a bit to stream the Archon quests for Sumeru and Fontaine because one of my friends asked me to. So it's my brain needed a break, but also wanted to do like the actual Archon quest. So I did Natlan's stuff. I think I did it like in 2 sittings. I speedran that. Absolutely speedran that. I've also slowly been working up on building my reputation in Natland simply so I can get that glider because oh man, I love the glider skins. They are so pretty. Have you seen Gazoa?
Kazuha? Why, yes.
Yippee!
Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea.
Sometimes I'll
You
read
seemed well.
what Aether is saying, sometimes I won't. It depends. I took a long Genshin break and went to Infinity Nikki, but her house is on fire. Me come back to Genshin. I started Genshin in December this past year. And then I didn't touch it for a few months. And then I came back to it and I've had a massive hyperfixation on it since. And I can't seem to escape it. I have a feeling that once Kenichi's banner comes out, because that's coming up, and I'd get him, because I will be obtaining him no matter how much grinding I have to do. Once I do that, I feel like then the hyperfixation will probably die a little bit. Because currently I'm just getting on, I'm grinding out the dailies, and then I'm getting off. Or, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm slowly building up Aoife. Liyue and Inazuma are my favorite stories. That's fair. I don't know what my favorite stories are yet. I did like Natlands, but oh god, Auroran. Love that guy. Love his design. But his character, like, it makes me uncomfortable him calling me grandpa all the time. Like, probably because in real life I'm like actually younger than him. Because he's like mid 20s. I'm 18. it makes me uncomfy. I don't like it. Okay. So he still exists, and it's the same Kazuha I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared last night. Okay.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
What expression? Aether barely moves his face.
Paimon will be right behind you.
Ba-ba-ba. 500? Damn. I only know of him from the event going on right now. He's such an awkward boy.
We're here. This is
Like,
the
again,
Officer of
love
Commissioner
his design. For the character, his design does not fit at all.
It's been a while.
He's a loner vegetable farmer that has basically kind of been outcast from the words. Hello. From just the people that he originates from. Like, where does vegetable farmer come in at all in his designs? Like, where? I love the Batman aesthetic. I love the fact that it's like his jacket turns into his wings when you when you hold jump. But everything else, what the hell? What is that there for? The jeans kind of make sense for a vegetable farmer, but you'd think it'd be more like overalls or something? Something more farmer than whatever the fuck he has going on right now. I never would have guessed he was a veggie farmer. I thought he was a spy or something. No, that's so real. That is so real. Again, I adore his design. It does not make sense for his character in the slightest. I just. I can't. I can't. No.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here
This
right
is
now.
not a voice I was
Are they
expecting
on
from
business?
that. Now I need him in my party.
Commissioner is
I
on
got
business,
him
and Miss Kamisato is
during an
standing in
event,
for
I
some meetings
think.
in the Commissioner's place.
Yeah,
If
during
it's
this
urgent, you're
past
welcome to wait
event
outside
thing that
until we get back.
happened.
What do you think?
You
Shall
could
we go
just
in?
get him. Not this one, currently. Yeah, thanks.
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think
I'm a
it should be
day
okay.
one player, and I used to have a
We'll be
mean
heading in there.
DPS Barbara. DPS Barbara.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to
That's
say?
interesting. You like cursed things?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you. What would you like to know?
I think the only support that I really have in my team is Farina. because she is a healer, and she's like the only healer that I have built at all. it's it's great.
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the commissioner's behalf. As for the commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
I'm not gonna lie,
So pretty
I like,
business as usual.
in a
That's
sense,
huh?
know how to
Very
build
much
characters, but I can't put it into practice for some reason. Ayato is still the Yashiro commissioner. Ayaka is still the lady of the house. No changes there. As far as I can see, nothing's changed in the Yashiro commission either. I was expecting as much, but it's still a big relief to know that the Kamisato siblings are both safe and well.
Well, got any more questions?
Yep, that's all for now.
You're very
I have
welcome.
no clue
In
how to
fact,
build
I
characters.
would
My
like
brain is soup.
nothing more than for you to come
That's
and visit
fair.
more often.
I know how to
Oh,
do
you
it
must be
in the sense of
far
I know the
too
mechanics,
busy to have time
but
for
I don't
that.
know what would
Miss
work well with
Kamisato
what
talks
character.
about you all the time. She
You know?
seems so thrilled to have you as a friend.
I just like
And she's
level stuff
always
up
saying how
as I need it.
talented you are,
Right now,
how much
Veressa
she
is my
admires
best
you.
character,
I must say,
build wise,
many
but that's because I got
things in
told that the
Azure
domain
seem
that
to
came
have
out when
taken
she
a
came out
turn for the better since you
is
arrived
specifically
here.
built for her.
So you're not
So I
just Miss
granted out those
Kamisato's
artifacts,
knight in shining armor, you know.
and I have not touched that domain
You're
since.
a hero to us all.
Flattered, truly.
We're, where are we going next?
To Tarasuna,
Great! Goodbye, ma'am.
apparently.
We'll see ourselves out.
All right then. Take care now. Hope to see you
Excuse me as I drink more
soon.
Sprite. Zero sugar, though.
Are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
I don't know why that voice does not fit this character model in the slightest. Oh, what is this? What do you have for me? All right, I didn't claim that. Okay. Whoops. Tatarasuna. Tatarasuna. I'm unlucky. I've been trying to build Risley and I keep getting flat defense and defense percent, then the dopamine wears off and I'm like, why am I here? Damn.
Do I have company?
What kind of person comes to a place like this and
Yippee!
just
Thank you
sits
for the
down?
follow, Jai. I appreciate
Let's
that.
find out. Come on, let's ask this guy.
Hey, I wasn't spacing out. I was pondering some problems.
Sure you were. Your eyes were glazed over, dude. You were a million miles away.
Why are you making fun of me? I told you I wasn't spacing out. I was ruminating on some problems.
Excuse me.
Technological, environmental, and so forth. This is Tatarasuna, after all.
Oh, he said Tatarasuna. Looks like we came to the right person.
Of course, looking forward to seeing your journey.
Oh,
Hey,
is there
thanks.
something you'd like to know about Tatarasuna?
Should I address you?
My name's Xavier.
Do you know much about Tatarasuna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this area?
Like the back of my hand. Make
When
no
I only have
mistake, I
one
been here a good many times
option
before.
for dialogue,
Not only
I
that,
can
but
read it
the
then.
people in
But when you have
Inazuma whose
multiple,
families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago, they said it's all true, the history here.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know?
There's
The tale of
a day
Tatara
that doesn't go
Suna
by
starts
that
a
I
long
wish I
time ago.
would have picked
I'm
Aether
told that
over
its
Lumine.
history is one of the most
How
famous
come?
forging and smelting
Like,
operations
I
in
love
Asia.
Aether's
Goes
design.
back around 1,000
I don't
years.
like
Still, the
dresses
furnace has had a
personally.
couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
They're fine,
A couple?
but they make
What
me
exactly?
uncomfy,
Well,
and
one was just in the
I
last
much
few
prefer
years.
Aether's
The other
design.
was several hundred years ago. A fun fact,
But I
I'm
want
not
to
the
know
first
why
Fontaine
you
tech guy to come and work on it
wish
either.
that you
There
had
was a
picked
time back
Aether.
then, too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Mechanic, huh? Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all the ensuing chaos.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatara Suna? Come on, ask already.
I am.
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither.
Give me a
Paimon
second.
doesn't know what's gotten into this one today.
Oh.
Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Yes, and pretty much. So can I ask one more question?
Sure.
Love them
go
both, I really
ahead.
do, but it's just, I don't know. I was playing my Asia account on Aether, and having him trying to find his sis feels more. Okay, I will say, it is like almost 100% confirmed that Aether is like the actual main character that you're meant to play. That's I feel like that's common knowledge in the Genshin community by now. Not that I'm really in the Genshin community. I watch a lot of short form videos about it, but most of it is like brain rot stuff. I don't know why. So, you had no idea. Damn. Uh, it's mostly accepted that Lumine is like supposed to be and meant to be the Abyss sibling. I I wouldn't be able to tell you why, but it is. I wouldn't. I don't fully know how different the story feels from Lumine's perspective because I have only ever played as Aether. She has Abyss Princess energy. Exactly, exactly. And on like every single piece of marketing, it is only Aether that's featured. So that's just like the tiniest bit pointing to it. You know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, have you ever heard of a kabuki mono connected to Tatarsuna? I haven't, yeah.
Kabuki Mono.
I know
No,
it
I
makes
can't say that I
Lumine
have.
players just like a
I do
little
know
bit
the
upset
word.
that
Penis
only
are
Aether is
those
really
eccentric
featured,
types who always go around dressed
and
to
I
the
wish
nines.
that
Just the
Hoya
sort of
didn't do
person
that,
I'd like to meet,
but
actually.
what can you
But
do?
sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono
My
where
sprite's
Tatara
almost
Suna is
out.
concerned.
Oh god, he's thinking again. So there's no more Kabuki Mono. Did the Balladeer really manage to erase himself from history completely? I like Lumina's Abyss sibling because what I know so far, it makes like a strong woman villain spot, which is nice as being this foreboding force. Oh yeah. If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back to the way it was, but so far it looks like the majority of changes have only affected himself. Thank
Of
you.
course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome. More than happy to help. Farewell.
Is that a thing I haven't done in the background? Oh, it is.
Looks like you got
Oh,
all
you
the
know what I'm
information you're
doing.
looking for. Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really
Don't worry about it,
trouble.
Paimon. You're affected by the rules of this world. I am not.
Paimon will always be there for you.
Thank you.
Hey, don't mention it.
Stop it.
Let's head off and go get ready.
My watch is yelling at me to move around. Like, bro, Bro. No. Let me just stand on top of the water real quick. Meow. Murder time? Murder time! Oh god, I love electrocharged. Oh fuck. This bitch.
Out of my sight.
Die. Thank you.
Belongs to us. Are these edible?
Ah. It's up there. I don't feel like flying right now. I love the meme. Made lots of fun memories on her, like trolling my friends as Animo Traveler and setting myself on fire, yelling, "I am the first Pyro Traveler." Oh god. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Whoopsies. I do have Traveler on Pyro right now, not gonna lie. I like the Night Soul effect that the Traveler gets. Oh boy. Sumeru!
Hey, it's them.
Me?
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Oh, I can't wait to see what Cryo Traveler is like. I know it's probably gonna be like a year until we get there, but I can't wait to see what they do for Cryo Traveler. I wonder if it's gonna be similar to the not being able to use the element until you've gone through the Archon quest in that area. Because that was actually really cool what they did for Natlan. But it also might be a little frustrating because I want to see, without having to do the story, I want to see what happens with the Cryo Traveler. Boo, hi Gray. Speaking of, how is Pyro Traveler? He's interesting. I don't I don't use the Traveler very much just in general. Uh I I have my team. I'm good with my team until I get Kinich, and then my team is going to be changing at least a little bit. But for now, I love my team. They're great. They work well together. I don't use the Traveler that often, and when I did in the Archon quest, because you kind of got, I I got a little bit forced into it. Uh, it wasn't bad. I did enjoy the. I think it does two like waves of damage per hit, because it's like the actual physical sword damage, and then it has like another slash that's pyro infused. That's pretty cool. But I can't lie, I mostly used Mabuika when I was doing that fight. Look, if you get access to Mabuika, you gotta use her, you know?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us
I
about?
don't know. Of all of the elements that
Same
I've
topic we
actually
discussed
like
last time,
used with the
obviously.
Traveler, I think
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh?
that's Veressa that you're
Should we
thinking
join
of,
them?
Gray. Did I mention Veressa? I might have. Veressa, cool. This is the Traveler. This is Aether. He, right there. Perfect. These two have researched Tatarasuna's past. Let's hear what they have to say.
Unfortunately,
Please don't
we
tell me I
haven't
have to
made any real
read.
progress.
Again. Can I read it again? Oh
Oh,
God.
of course.
What if I don't wanna? Okay. God, are y'all ready? Because I'm not stopping for this. Love you guys. Not stop and read chat for this. Details. This text belongs to a series of works sponsored by the Vahumana's Veil Cutter project. It is yet to be numbered. Abstract. The Tatarasuna area has always been a major pillar of Inazuma's smithing industry. 2 incidents have occurred here, and the details behind the first are vague at best. I believe, however, that there might be a hidden history behind the events that transpired. Hence, this paper will attempt to analyze what may have unfolded from the available data. Glossary Tatarasuna area, writing Gokuden, Mikoshi Nagamasa. Introduction. This paper continues and expands the work of my mentor, Mr. Rumi, in his report on the happily hidden tales of Tatarasuna, and is intended to further this avenue of research. According to the data, the blade forging techniques of Inazuma were originally handed down from the Electro Archon, also known as the Raiden Shogun. Using the arts they inherited from their Archon, the people of Inazuma devoted themselves to the process of forging. However, strange rumors that do not quite fit the steely nature of metalwork yet linger about Tatarasuna's smelting center, which was a center pillar of the forging industry. There, the Mikoshi and Niwa clans, along with an eccentric mechanic from abroad, serve as the 3 windows of insight we need to investigate the truth behind what happened. Strange notes from the Tatarasuna area. Their contents are as follows. 1. Perhaps I overstep, but I think Sir Nagamasa's mood grows better when he forges blades. The obsession to clean the stain of the name Mikoshi must eat at him. 2. The inspector brought a certain number of jade steel ingots. Sir Katsuragi discussed manners of smithing deep into the night with the vice armory officer. 3. We at least made a single nagamaki. We call it the Daitara Nagamasa. The inspector was in high spirits, and he and the vice armory officer, Nozomu, was so taken by the beauty of the Daitara Nagamasa that he drew a picture of it. 4. The inspector flew into a rage and slashed Katsuragi. The great blade cut deep into the flesh, cast his own nagamaki into the furnace's flame. Nozomu could not abide by that order. He drew the completely melted weapon out of the furnace. He was horribly burned. 5. Nozomu died that night. I dare say that while Sir Katsuragi may have committed malfeasance, it was out of the goodness of his heart. 6. Kinijuro hid the Nagamaka in Nozumo's drawing in the arsenal. Nagamasa is harsh, but also knows right from wrong. But even so, he is not amenable to reason. His name indicates one obsessed with purity. Still, I and some households of Tatarasuna have not been blinded by the matter of Nagamasa's mother, Chiyo, and we trust him. I also remain unwilling to forget the joy of creating the Daitara Nagamasa with him. 7. Before we withdrew, we should have divided the arsenal key into 3 parts, one for the inspector, one for the armory officer, and one to be left in Tatarasuna itself to prevent theft. But we were in too much of a hurry, and neither the inspector nor the armory officer could be found, so I was so bold as to hide the 3 pieces within treasure chests in Tatarasuna. The 7 notes mentioned prior have been scattered across the Tatarasuna area. Among the 7 notes, 6 seem to be of good physical integrity, though they all look quite old, while the last one looks more recent. I believe that the first 6 notes and the last are of different time periods, though the gulf in years between them needs to be verified. The contents of the first 6 should also be related to each other, as the incidents mentioned are quite consistent with one another. Rumi also mentioned in the Happily Hidden Tales of Tatarasuna, hereby known as the Hidden Tales, that in the past researchers from Sumeru had investigated the cultural histories of Tatarasuna in Inazuma. Though the place has fallen into some degree of disrepair since the Hidden Tales were written, things have improved since the time when I wrote my original article. Regardless, what used to be an area of major industry remains a place most inhospitable and residents of Tatarasuna may be found living and dwelling by the waters. The residents, when questioned, told the researchers of Tatarasuna's golden age centuries ago, when it was administered by the Armory Officer Niwa, Vice Armory Officer Miyazaki, and Inspector Mikoshi Nagamasa. Yet the elders among the locals with deeper ties to the region also seemed to stress the fact that they were strange rumors around the homeland's past. A great many of these rumors revolved around the yokai, who are so very characteristic of Inazuma's folk histories. A very small portion, however, mention the word outsider. It should be known that the appearance of such a character, who is suspected to be based on a real person, is a very serious case. This fact drew the attention of the researchers to delve further, and eventually the following pieces of information came to light. A foreign mechanic once visited Tatarasuna. Reportedly, the reason for his immigration was to exchange knowledge and forge ties with the locals. However, the mechanic seemed to behave suspiciously, often wandering around essential or restricted areas. If someone tried to turn him away, they would only earn incomprehensible mumbles from his lips. The mechanic often stared into the furnace, seemingly to check on its condition. Unsettlingly, he also spent a substantial amount of time watching the local residents. Judging from the era, it was not uncommon to see cross-cultural exchanges of technical knowledge in places such as Tatarasuna. After traveling across the tides, foreign experts being welcome in the region was likely not unreasonable either, yet calamity came not long after this exchange of knowledge, which hints at high potential for causation between these events. However, some current residents believe that these assumptions were merely the result of their forebears' overactive imaginations attempting to theorize how things actually unfolded. A list of individuals related to Tatarasuna has been compiled here based on historical documents from Inazuma, starting from the administrators, the records as follows. Armory Officer Niwa, full name Niwa Hisahide. He was the inheritor of the Ishin art and successor to the Niwa clan. His family, along with the Akame and Katahara clans, were together known as the Ishin Sansaku. Records show that Niwa was a modest and intelligent individual who displayed remarkable talent in the administration of territory and people. His eventual whereabouts are unknown, but he was suspected to have left Tatarasuna with his family following the incident. Vice Armory Officer Miyazaki, full name Miyazaki Kaino, he was Niwa's second in command. His origins are unknown, and he primarily assisted Niwa in forging and personal management. He was of affable temperament and had many friends in the region, including one Mikoshi Nagamasa. Inspector Mikoshi Nagamasa, the successor of the Mikoshi clan, adopted son to Oni warrior Mikoshi Chiyo, and the younger adopted brother of Mikoshi Michihiro, also known as Iwakura, the successor, with his mother missing and abandoned by his brother, Nagamasa alone bore the family name, striving daily to wipe the shame from their history. Though records state that Mikoshi Nagamasa was a stubborn figure, he was also noted to be a person of moral value and integrity. It has been noted in various records that he practiced forging swords for self-cultivation and specially requested special instructions from Miyazaki to further his capabilities. However, after the famous blade Dayatara Nagamasa was forged, he used it to slay his subordinate Katsuragi for reasons unknown at present. Subordinate Katsuragi. Katsuragi's full name and background. Full name and background remain unknown, despite all the materials I have sorted through. I have yet to find any more additional personal information regarding him. As one of Mikoshi Nagamasa's subordinates, he was a loyal warrior who had been saved by Nagamasa in his youth. From there on, he swore to stick by his lord through thick and thin, to give his life in service if it was but asked of him. The mechanic. Long have I delved through many texts and documents, but I was ultimately unable to decipher even a specter of a clue as to his background. Still, mentions of the mechanic grew scarcer in the aftermath of the Tatarasuna incident. I speculate that instead of the mechanic possibly being a figure woven from overripe imaginations, he actually did exist, and perhaps even had a hand in the events that took place in Tatarasuna. It seems that the rest of this paper remains unfinished. One thing for sure, though, a lot of work was put into it. Okay. My two current teams are Lenny, Zhangling, Sucrose, and Benny. The second team is Risley, Kokomi, Sucrose, Shenhei, all but Lenny are 50 and under.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well. Here.
I guess so. Okay. Extract 1. A man arrived in Tatarasuna around 3 in the afternoon. From afar he spied laborers walking along the mountain roads towards the factories, their shoes scuffing along the jutting stones. They walked like people convinced that so long as they reached the fire raging in the mountain's belly, they might extract it from gems beyond price. The mood that the sight inspired was ineffable, beyond mere description for those not present to witness it. The man barked a cheerful greeting and sprinted to join the procession. There was a towering character who stood half a head taller, greeted him with a heavy slap on the back, and yet his words were filled with respect. Do my eyes deceive me, Sir Miyazaki? I cannot think that the return trip here from Inazuma City could have been easy on you. Miyazaki smiled like a young man taking the first steps on their journey, his expression relaxed. Why, Katsuragi, Inazuma is the realm of the almighty Shogun. I sailed upon the fastest ship, strode upon the swiftest sea routes. What dangers could I have possibly faced? And what about the good news? There was some, naturally. The two burst into uproarious laughter, roughhousing with the other workers until the path's end. A young man dressed in a linen shirt and wearing a headscarf gazed into the dancing flames of the furnace before him. Now the flames of a forge are unlike any other, for their intensity affects the resulting integrity of both metal and blade. So too, then, was the flame watcher an unusual individual. At his fingertips sat a lizard, and on his face he wore a smile. The workshop was huge, and the furnace was deeper within. A reasonable person might think that there should have been many working alongside the watcher, yet he strode alone. Only when Katsuragi and Miyazaki strode into the room did the watcher turn. This watcher was Niwa, armory officer and administrator of Tatarasuna, born to the Niwa clan, which served as one of the three pillars of the Ishin art. Niwa never argued with his siblings and was a worthy successor by all accounts. The post he received as a result of his high standing with those in power served as a statement unto itself. Miyazaki handed a well-bundled text to Niwa as he adjusted his expression and said, "It is as you have said, sir. The elders of your clan and the city do not think highly of our plan, yet I still believe it to be worth a try. As such, I have found the proper vendors and procured the materials that you requested." Niwa studied the text and nodded. "We should try some of those new forging techniques, whether Kaidahara says yea or nay." Katsuragi frowned, and with a sigh he said, "Forging is a precise and difficult undertaking. You know this better than most, sirs, and still you seek improvement each day with terrifying drive. Ah, should my lord Nagamasa hear this, the sourness in his face shall be hard to miss." Niwa smiled, replying, "And how goes the forging of your lord's great blade, Katsuragi?" Katsuragi neither wanted to shame his master nor lie to his two friends, and yet he could not think of any way to deflect, and so groused, "I see your ears are as keen as your hands, Sir Niwa. The jokes of us unlearned men are as nothing before you." Miyazaki hid his grin. Upon hearing this, Niwa released the lizard from his hand into Katsuragi's palm. But just as more words were to be exchanged, someone came walking by, their footsteps steady and confident. The head that appeared by the door was that of one from abroad. The newcomer placed some lunchboxes to one side, nodded, and made to leave. Katsuragi called out after him. My bad. Sorry. Someone came walking by, their footsteps steady and confident. The head that appeared by the door was that of one from abroad. The newcomer placed some lunchboxes to one side and nodded, and made to leave. Katsuragi called out after him, "Sir, what about your meal? Are you not hungry?" The man smiled upon hearing Katsuragi's words. "I already ate. I hope that you, my lords, may also find time to sate your hunger soon. You are our guest, sir. To keep you in these trifling matters fills me with embarrassment," Niwa said with sincerity. The man smiled as if it was no matter, then with a nod he departed. Oh god. Sorry about the sneeze. I have such a dad sneeze and I can't control it. Okay. The stranger, well, my mic is also right next to my face, so that didn't help. I deeply apologize for that. Okay. The stranger, a foreign mechanic, stood next to the coast. Sunset fell to the accompaniment of darkness. The bands of twilight showed themselves not, for in the place did thunderclouds roll. grumbling the omens of a coming rainstorm. Darkness filled the flesh of the sea, and the dusk bade the clouds to kneel upon the land, but the man stood uncowed, merely gazing into the distance, radiating bloodthirst. None passed by him, and none knew what he was plotting. Time passed, unmeasured and uncounted, till a black cloud suddenly tore free from the sky and began to circle the mechanic, bearing down on him like an omen. Then he then caressed the dark mist as if it was part of his flesh. Outbound, a fishing boat drew near, the lights of its bow flickering in and out of sight beneath falling sheets of rain. A mist unspooled across the area, stealing light from the fisherman. Repeatedly he exclaimed, "It is but dusk. How are my eyes darkened? Is there anyone that can deliver my boat upon safe tides?" Like a falling spear, the black cloud reached the bottom of the boat and was joined in its bereftness of direction. Like a charging beast, they plunged into the shoreline, scant steps away. The mechanic laughed, slowly approaching the grand wreck. Not but half an arm was left of the one who had cried out for help, and with a plop it landed at the mechanic's feet, who crouched to better study the object, straining against the urge to take a bite. Yet he did not, for the dark clouds swirling down had already picked the remnants of the ship clean. Cannibalism? What the fuck? Katsuragi rushed to the doorway and shouted, "My lord, things go ill at the furnace. I have searched for Sir Niwa, but there is no trace of him, and much time has passed since Sir Miyazaki left to seek aid. That bird is distracting me." But he has yet to send us any missive. Look. Miyokoshi Nagamasa turned slowly, his face grave as one attending a funeral. He spoke then, his words heavy-laden. "I wish not to say such words, Katsuragi, but Sir Miyazaki may never return." Katsuragi peered against Nagamasa's broad, stiff shoulders. Beyond the windows the clouds above boiled in waves of black, as if darkness now was the only weather, and might even morph into an abyssal beast and devour Tetsuruna whole. Over 10 people had already perished. That was why Katsuragi recoiled as if struck. Yes, it was coming back to him now, in dribs and drabs. That was why they had set out to seek aid. Miyazaki had been the first to set sail. The clouds had only just begun to form then, traveling from Tatarasuna to Inazuma to ask for support. It was normally no great feat, and yet there had been no sign of his return. Then a second ship was sent, followed by a third and a fourth. Each who left to seek salvation did so under foul skies and bleak fortunes. Reason dictated that they should not have risked anyone else, but the situation in Tatarasuna was severe. They needed to gain aid from Inazuma, even should it cost them more lives. Niwa was gone, and none could find him. After Nagamasa led a search party into the mountains and the area around the furnace, all to no avail. Folk began to wonder if Niwa might have encountered an accident, but worry soon turned to suspicion, and they wondered if he had fled, unwilling to bear the sin of having caused these incidents. The people grew ever more suspicious, and Nagamasa himself strained against his, I don't know where the found came from, strained against his discontent and fury. His face had grown to resemble the rumbling clouds above. Suddenly a figure flashed by. Their presence did not go unnoticed by Nagamasa. He drew his blade and cut, but in a flash the evil spirit had shifted behind him, laughing darkly. "Are you seeking someone, my lord? Niwa, perhaps?" Nagamasa bellowed in fury. "You dare address Sir Niwa directly?" Yet the figure parted like mist before his falling blade, only to rematerialize beyond reach, but not beyond sight. A ghastly apparition indeed. "Was it you who slew my people?" Nagamasa howled and charged, held back only by Katsuragi's desperate grip. As his senses returned to him, he realized he was but an inch away from falling into the furnace. It seems that the rest of this work remains unfinished. From existing text, however, it is apparent that this is a novel of fantastical, colorful sensibilities born from an imagination well utilized. Can I be done reading now? No, the content has changed. Another effect of tampering with the information in Armansul. The balladeer said he'd erased 2 of his names. If he really succeeded, it must have taken all his might, but still.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece, yeah.
Traveler, remember how last time Akaba was saying how you wish you could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
Okay.
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma, and...
So many
I
new
was taking a drink, I
details.
couldn't read that, sorry.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge.
I'm out of
Aha.
Sprite now.
You heard this from a member of the Armanoma
It's a
clan,
sad day.
you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
And they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
Bye-bye.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
I just assumed I was going in here, and I assumed right. Yeah, that was a lot of reading. Yep. Yeah. I had to do that last time too. Yes, what's up? Here, I'll wait to talk to Nahida. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Did you have a question to ask me, Rusk? I'm just gonna.
Nahida, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting.
Oh, you're just saying hi, okay.
Suddenly, the sun was up, and then
Oh, hello.
he decided he wanted to go to Inazuma.
She is emergency food, so I'm not gonna stop you, Gray. Bullying the Animo Cube. Ah, I see. As you should. Bully that bitch Beth. Hate her ass. Nah, I'm just kidding. Beth is cool. Beth gives me level up materials. I was investigating the situation with the Balladeer. Oh, any chance I get to remind Paimon she's food? Oh yeah, any chance.
Sounds like some kind of code name.
Oh no.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even Nahida doesn't remember, just like last time, any changes to Irminsul affect her as well. The Balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I'm the record keeper. Well, to be fair, Daily has a Paimon cosplay, so I don't think we can blame her for that. I don't think she wants to be emergency food.
Traveler?
And Pillow, she has a Paimon pillow. Tell her when she gets the chance she needs to send me a picture of that because I want to see that. There are things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. With a heavy heart, you piece back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. There was once one named the Balladeer, created by the Elector Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatarasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. Give me one pic, I can get a pic from the doorway. Okay. With no trust for humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength, then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with a gnosis and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul and learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story.
It's not a story, it's literally what happened.
This puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
You know what we could have asked?
How is he
We
even
could have
able
gone to
do that?
Yaimiko and asked who
As the traveler
she
said,
saved us
he
from.
very nearly
Because
became
she saved us from the
Balladeer.
Balladeer in the
Admittedly,
Inazuman
I remember it a
Archon
little
quest.
differently.
Like,
I don't recall finding anyone
that probably
until
would have
Ashen after
would
being
have been
defeated.
a good place to start for
Nevertheless,
figuring out what
it does
exactly
make
people
sense.
know.
If someone were to
Because who
successfully
would
erase
she have
themselves
had to
from
save us from?
Irminsul, the world would
You
change
sent it?
to reflect the
Running?
new reality. So, you believe this person really existed?
Oh my god,
Just
it's literally Paimon
because,
Pillow.
well, because he literally changed the world? Yes. Theoretically speaking,
The little star
it is
headpiece is
possible
so
to do this.
recognizable. Even from a side angle like that. It's amazing.
Would dare go through with it. The traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no
Not a great angle,
information
but she
about him
usually
in
makes her bed.
Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes
Damn.
to
Now
Irminsul
I
wouldn't affect him.
feel less adult
So if
knowing
there's
that.
anyone in the world capable of retaining memories
So
from
I
the
thought it
past
would be
that
better.
has been rewritten, it's you. It's
Making the
quite
bed, who does
incredible when you
that?
think about it.
Not me. You can say that again.
Paimon's
I'm
having
not
a
paying
hard time
attention.
understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it? I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was,
I
only
did
you
not
remember
get close
that.
to him in the slightest. I'm not really sure. I don't have blankets that need to be put proper. Yeah, we were enemies after all. I don't know his perspective on all this, so I can't say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything, or save someone? Or did he want to completely undo his existence? Everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. Need to remind myself. Oh yeah. I have alarms to remind me and my boyfriend of stuff that needs to be done. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Greater Lord Rikadevata erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it another way, I know why the Balladeer was so sure it could work, but I can't tell them that.
Something else worrying you? Something
Look,
you can't
Aether's just having a brain funk moment. Just such a radical option, yet.
couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yeah.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't
I mean,
been betrayed after all,
you can
it
erase
must have
yourself from
completely
history, but you
changed his
can't
view
change
of the
history.
people of Tatarasuna.
You know?
Now he saw them as friends again. He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. This story makes sense. Every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Shoot dang.
It does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends. It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Yeah, he changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end could not be saved. Shoot dang. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life, or did he wish he'd never existed at all?
Please wait a moment. I want to check something. Found it. This should be the one.
A block.
It turns out that
Block with a circle in it.
I have a strange way of confirming everything he has told us. What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Okay. Surprisingly, the information is presented to you in a way that resembles a fairy tale.
Is this a fairy tale? Who wrote it?
It matches everything I said, apparently.
I authored this record myself. Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the balladeer? When combined with the
Wonder how the
traveler's
Fatui are
narrative,
doing
it's clear that this story is an allegory.
without ever having the
Everything in
balladeer.
it is a symbol for something else. Hold on. So this record survived from the past? Yes. Any information about the balladeer or the kabuki mono in other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance. I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the balladeer entered Irminsul. That's incredible! What a great idea!
Can you visit the home of the Fatui yet? Haven't played the game in years. I don't think so. If you mean, Shishnaya, no. Shishnaya has not been released yet. It'll be like a year. We're getting Nod Cry first.
But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true
That's, like,
story
confirmed.
that emerges is the one he told us. The now erased life of the balladeer. There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes.
Not a cry.
And they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and
I
night.
wish I could tell you.
Everyone
I
treated it
don't.
as one of their own.
Brain
Once
doesn't
in a
remember.
while, the
It's
monster
an
would
area
take
that's
off its
important
fox fur at night,
story-wise,
and
apparently.
lament
It's
to itself
meant to
as it
tie up a lot
gazed
of
at
loose
its
ends.
reflection in the water.
But I
I am a monstrosity,
Nod Cry, I'd
and
have
they are too foolish to see it.
no
I
idea
pity them.
where it comes from or what it's meant to be.
But the monster
It
soon
just
found
exists,
solace
and
when
it's,
another
well,
came to
it doesn't
live among
exist
the
yet, but it's
foxes
going
who
to
was not their
exist.
kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin." The fire was
I don't know what's
extinguished,
going
but
on.
the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a broken wing. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world. And no one can know that they were different. We solved it!
Sounds like an allusion story to the Abyss sibling.
This is not just the Balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use. I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't
You're back
be
with dinner?
altered.
Oh yeah, what are you having? What food you at? What you munching on?
It's hard to believe that this person really existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
Meatloaf?
The
I don't think I've ever actually had meatloaf, and I don't intend to try it. It looks not appetizing.
He still helped you.
But then again, I am just like a
Before
picky
he
eater in
vanished,
general.
He confirmed an important detail. That Conria was where your twin first came into this world. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood, they won't even remember their own
It looks weird, but
harbinger.
my dad makes it very good. Oh god.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better. This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face.
What is meatloaf? Is it a
When
loaf
you
of
give
meat,
someone
like
the truth,
bread-sized?
you give them a chance to choose
Kind
their own
of?
destiny. To others looking
It's
on,
not
this
like
may seem
just
like a
meat,
pointless endeavor, but for
but
him,
it is mostly
the
meat.
chance to act on his desire to
It,
disappear must have meant a lot.
the name isn't far off from what it is, from what I know of it.
Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination.
Yeah, ground beef
That is
cooked
what
into a
you've
loaf
been
with
doing all
cream of
along.
mushroom soup mixed in on top.
Yeah, meat is right.
Cream of
Cheer up.
mushroom.
How about we go get something to
Yeah,
eat?
meat and lots of
We
binding
can pick up
agents.
this heavy conversation again later. Good idea. Paimon, why don't
It
you
is
take
a
him out
lot
for
of
a walk
meat.
to clear his head? You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk. Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Can't believe y'all are talking about meatloaf now. Got mashed potatoes too. My dad said I should eat the mac and cheese, but it's so wet and weird. I don't want to eat it. Sausage Kraft cheese is not really cheese. Onions are weird. Yes, onions are weird. They have. I. onions. Eh. They're fine, depending on what you put them in. If they're undercooked, they have a bad texture. It's like just a random crunch. Yeah. Oh. Whoops.
We're here! What should we eat first?
I have a nagging feeling, like there's something I'm missing, something important that I'm forgetting.
Hey, are you gonna
I
answer or
touched my
what?
mic with my glove, my phone. Sorry, just give me a minute, I'm still processing.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, brain, let's dig this out. It's gotta be here, there somewhere. There's something about Arminsul and deleting oneself. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, Forbidden Knowledge, Nahida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
Oh? Yes, that was it. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. She said that no one can erase themselves from existence, not even her. Otherwise, why would she need to create her own reincarnation in Lesser Lord Kusanali to do the deletion for her? There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But this is a crucially important detail, if simply not for the Balladeer to completely erase his own existence. In which case, the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill.
Bitch!
Look,
Anyways.
here.
What?
Hey, wait!
You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off. Look, if you're gonna help out here,
Can't believe y'all are trying to
take your
cook
space
Paimon
now,
in my
okay?
chat.
What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting.
She would be
It can
delicious.
be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
Yeah, that guy is the Balladeer.
Who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do,
Daily just
you
texted me
keep
asking
letting
what
yourself
we
get
want for dinner.
distracted.
Did you
I
say
don't wanna
Paimon?
take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No,
Respond
please.
with Paimon,
I mean it.
please. I don't
You
know
don't
why
need to pay
Paimon
me
is a
anything.
fairy. Paimon
I'm
is
just
the
so
name of the
thankful
Demon
you
King
agreed to
too.
take
Oh
on
yeah.
an outsider like me.
I haven't, but I want to
You're welcome,
respond
I
with
guess.
Paimon
I
right
got
now.
bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit
Y'all
bowl
should
this
have
evening.
pasta and
Leave
should
it
come
to me.
kidnap me
I'll
so
find
I
some
can
more.
have pasta.
Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop.
That seems dumb.
I'm gonna
Why
level
not?
with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy.
We don't
Couldn't
have that
believe
much
my
pasta
luck.
though. Damn.
But I figured you would start asking for something in return eventually.
Pixel is offering
You don't want
Paimon.
money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights. Are you a drifter or something?
No, he's a wanderer.
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
Hey, what do we do now?
Why do we have to follow him? I don't want to follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Not stealth. I suck at stealth. Where? That way. Meow. It's not actually stealth. I'm so happy. It's not actually stealth. Meow. Go, Tainari, go! Oh. Wonder my beloved who yells at his team members when they get hurt. Like hell does he not know we're here?
Yeah, this'll do.
It's fucked up.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his Sunsetias? Isn't that a bit too cool?
Shush.
Alright.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
If I wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I would never believe it.
Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
Bitch, you know what?
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice.
You're right, we were following you.
Have we met before?
Don't play dumb, bitch.
No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yes.
I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes. I fought this
Sorry,
bitch.
but
Yes, I know
just
what he
can't
looks
take your
like.
word for it.
I'll approach his work. I can prove it. Your puppet.
Puppet? What makes you think that?
The mark on the back of his neck.
Huh?
You were right. The look on his face.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people.
To be fair, you didn't really share it with me. I just put the pieces together. You
Look,
revamped into
I'm
nice
just a
guy.
wanderer.
Oh god.
But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
There's somewhere I want to take you.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Apparently. I can fight you at any time if I want
Are you
to.
really working for that?
No, nice guys are horrible.
Any more effort? Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you.
Come on, everyone deserves their redemption arc. Nah. Okay.
Then let's return to the city.
Meow. I have to walk back myself. Okay. Step, step.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more.
These guys are horrible. They
Who are
just
these
saw
two?
travelers stalk this innocent
Something's come up,
seeming guy.
and they need to borrow me.
Well,
Sorry,
see,
boss.
I'm a
I'm
trusted
afraid I'll be
member,
away from the stall for a while.
kind of. I'm friends with their deity.
I was just about to pay you anyway.
Smile.
Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time.
They're not gonna
here.
impede me stalking someone.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day.
Probably just thought I was a crush.
And then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want to pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world. Like you had nowhere to be, and didn't even care that it was raining.
Sounds about right.
Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's
Love
not
Wanderer's
even in a
outfit? Oh
hurry?
yeah.
But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
But I don't...
I have a life.
No, you're right.
That was mean. I'm
Then I
sorry.
suppose this is where we say
I
goodbye.
apologize.
Thank you again for taking me into the city.
He becomes baby.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me. We can go now.
Back up there. Bro. I'm gonna walk it. Know the pain of not teleporting. There's so much verticality to this city. The academia. Whoa. No, come back. Give me my sparkle trail. The fact he changes from Balladeer, an Electro user who usually about wanting to find their goal and complete their ambitions, to an animal user who is about freedom and learning on past. Stop getting rid of my sparkle path.
Keep up.
Okay. Nahida! I brought a bitch for you.
Nahida! What's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
I don't.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
Kusanali.
You
I
say
fucked that
you
up
were
so bad.
trekking across
My
to
bad.
that to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots. But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
Wait, so the traveler
I
beat him so
wouldn't
hard he's
call it
lost
the
his memories?
past, but
No, he did this to
rather-
himself. Because he's a
This
little
is a
bitch and
difficult
can't
one
own
to
up to his own
explain.
actions.
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called, previous incarnation. Oh, like a past life or something? Yes, something far more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think of where to start.
If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear, but I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what others
Yeah, at least he's kind of aware.
and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
Yeah, he'd have told us to wonder about his past.
I
Bam,
gave
just like
everything
that.
I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
In his defense, didn't a lot of the archons just up and disappear?
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but yeah.
He's
we're
hated the
your biggest
gods
fans.
since, like, he was made. We were each other's enemies,
If
yeah.
we're enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
I don't know.
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything. What a weird situation.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it will cause your present self great mental anguish?
I'm just a puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish. Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Okay.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Oh, where? Okay.
This looks like Inazuma.
That is where he was created, so that
Right
makes
now,
sense.
you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories. These memories will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world. Please be careful. Sounds like an immersive experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but that was your doing.
All right. Thanks.
Wanderer, this is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners? No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son, Mikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after. As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa. But Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence,
Sorry I'm not
Nagamasa
talking as
killed
much.
him
I'm
to put an
actually
end to the
trying to
Tatarasuna
intake this
incident.
information. For once, I know that's
Katsuragi seems like he was a
crazy.
good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Squeaky, creaky floorboards.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
To be fair, it is a lot of
we need to
information. Yeah.
call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Am I meant to go up here? I follow the path, I guess. I'll always take some free primos. Oh. It's below me. It's okay, that's just where I came in. Chest. Aha! Entrance. Yoink. That's just a tickle. That's fine. Oh.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
Whoa, this is where you were born? It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died,
and then my dad got sick.
Me when Steam makes you remember you don't even remember your password. Oh. Yeah.
He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him.
Is this the
They
memory
made
part of
a
the Archon
promise
quest?
to live
Yes.
together.
What happened to the child then?
Am I gonna cry?
He died
Is
from
that
his
what's gonna
illness
happen?
while he was still very young. The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something!
Next time?
You
I got
promised
that
me we could be
part.
family. You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
Ow. Message from Cat. Thank you, Cat. I appreciate it. Very good input.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly
Ow.
is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will.
Are you trying to win me over?
Long-awaited rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall?
I did not expect her to be right there. Bitch.
Send this quickly.
Me and my double-digit damage. Goddamn.
This isn't good. Just calculated.
Yoink.
This place is dark.
Paimon knows this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the traveler once encountered the balladeer here.
Yup.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
I remember this. It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan. Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit.
I
For a
killed
task ahead,
Signora. That's
I
crazy.
suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I
I
know what I
murdered
have
that
to do.
bitch.
I'm sure you think
Well,
so.
technically the Shogun
but I
did,
still
but
think you need to
after
hear
I
it.
had beaten Signora
Don't
in a
start
fight.
thinking you're invincible. And don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely. Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone else. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
You thought.
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now.
Don't want her. The
I should
bitch is
prepare
dead.
to
She
give you
can't
a
hurt
warm
you now.
welcome.
The plot does not end here. There is more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Bitch, come back. Oh, I had it on. Okay. Let me just heal real quick. There's no time limit, so like I can do what I want. Okay.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
That's the factory.
Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know
I've been
that
heard.
becoming a
I haven't seen
god is
him
far from a
use. He's like just
trivial
sitting back
affair.
and drinking wine. It's because of Farina.
Is a lengthy process. As such,
When
I
she
too would recommend
uses
that we commence as soon
just
as
her
possible.
base E, not
In
the
event
healing
that a
one,
successful connection is
it
established, his body
to
will
do
become
damage it
permanently
takes from
bound to the
everybody,
machine,
takes
and
health
he will
from
be
everybody in the
unable to
party.
move independently of it.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person
Why
gives
do I
off
know
a
the
very
doctor's
sinister
voice?
energy.
I don't know. Go look up the voice actor. He's the doctor who's behind all of this, apparently.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of
I don't know, I think he's pretty.
Let's move on.
I'm just going backwards. It's mean.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass. Can you return my memories to me?
Oh.
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
Not necessarily.
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences. As a puppet living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Whoa. Is this the true meaning of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's words? A person can't erase themselves, and even though the original balladeer has gone, this person will live on in his place. Are a person's sins an inescapable part of their destiny, too?
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself.
It's not him, it's just it's so much like
grant me this
someone show who
opportunity to
plays so many
gain
people.
a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will return to you that which is yours.
It's the box! Cutscene, cutscene.
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here?
It's...
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled. This is... my...
Is he alright?
Definitely not. Sick.
Hey! Are you done yet?
All worthless dross will be purged.
Someone show
That's
us
why
in Delicious Dragon. I don't know if you watched that before.
This won't be the
It's in
end.
jail, so Mordecai Heller is amazing. I haven't watched either of those.
Balladeer?
Die.
Oh.
This is trying my patience.
Oh god.
Insignificant past!
Ow.
Dead! Perish!
Oh god, if I die, what happens? Do I have to restart if I do?
Upon the gate. At my command, you shall fall!
Oh shit. Oh yeah, I might.
Insignificant past!
Oh, I healed, yippee.
My endless cycle begins!
Oh shit. Well, there I go. Yeah, surely I'm fine. Okay. Just let me slightly panic there for no reason.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
Whoa.
It disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely back to your old self. Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me.
Not really, but I'm sure Aether is.
Don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Okay. Me, myself, but not I. Okay. Sure.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
Don't fall.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
It's fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it. After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him.
That's
I'm not
fair.
planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the Sixth is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Tactical retreat, yeah, sure.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile, but it wasn't completely meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish. What you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy.
I go feed animals now? Okay, I go feed
Even
animals.
if the Balladeer is removed
Animals
from
require
existence,
om-nom-noms.
the world will not heed your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it. Oh right, I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search
Why he's so
Irminsul more
sassy?
deeply and
That's
see
just
what
how he
secrets can
be.
uncovered, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well. I will try.
Traveler.
He is. Why is that exactly what the dialogue option is?
After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Yeah, because I wanted to know what you changed.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
I didn't do this for reward.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
Okay,
That's not
then.
true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to zero. I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you too!
Why?
It's a rite of passage.
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much!
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name,
I don't want to decide.
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Who would choose to look into the future? The only thing I see is all my unfinished assignments. Okay. I don't want to name him. I mean, I named myself, but I also named Gray, and it's enough work as it is. Okay, hang on. I name him Sassy? No, I'm not naming him Sassy. God. Any complaints about Zorn? You are the ones that are probably gonna see it the most, so. Anything? Yes? No? Your names are stupid? What can I say? I like 4-letter names. It's a name. It's not based on anything. Well, that's a lie. It's based on Zornoth from Empire Season 1. Is that not a good one then? I don't know, like, none of the other names that I typically like would fit in this world. I feel like Zorn isn't that far off from typical names. I'd assume in a random alien you kill in Helldivers or something. I've never played Helldivers. I know Daily does. So does X-Men. So does Helly. But I've personally never played it. Zorn close to corn, so I like. Zorn it is.
Are you sure?
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
I'm too broke to play it. I have access to over 700 games on Steam.
Now you have a name of your own.
Smile.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
Stop rushing me!
Poor Paimon.
Take your time. I don't need
543?
to see you again
Damn.
until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer, will have to pay the price.
You mean the Fatui?
The doctor, at least.
That's fair.
Now that your stance has
PlayStation, and none of it
I
is
believe your
from the
future
last
path
3
will
years.
change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall. Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been. What's that look for? Don't make that face. I know what I'm doing. That day will come. Alright. We're done here.
Okay, I'm a liar. No
Goodbye, wise deity.
AAA titles from the past 3 years. Damn.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. He'll need some time to calm down.
Yeah, that's fair.
True. Even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore. So we can finally go eat? I'm starving.
I'm addicted to Balatro and it's ruining my school life.
I hope you can find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
Let's see. How many people in our friend group play it? Jake, Corb, Alex. Who else? I know a lot of people do. Soul does. Of course Soul does.
I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime. Life is a story too long to be told. A journey.
Not banana, I said balala. AKA Balatro. Oh my god. So far away.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back. Wow, great! Huh? Look at that vase. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? But Paimon doesn't remember there being a cleaner.
That night we'd stayed here, Paimon bumped into the table after being startled by something to do with the balladeer and broke the vase. But the balladeer erased his existence. He changed the world. So why is this vase still broken?
You sound lost and confused.
Hello?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Balala more like Delulu.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate, like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
So the traveler's gone? Yeah. I mean, might as well be. But he's also not from this world.
Change easily,
So,
but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen
might as well
is
be.
but
He is
an
immortal.
illusion.
Hmm.
The voice has disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
Believe my eyes? Does she mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that vase is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up? It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment. Paimon will be right back.
Wonder what else awaits me in the future. Yippee!
You know what? The Windbloom Festival should be coming up. We haven't been to
Since he can use
Mondstadt in a
different elements and
while.
occasionally fights a dragon, I think it's safe to say he's a god. Yeah. Also, you know, just a natural lifespan. That... Hang on. Ah. I see. Okay. Ah, that's the new one. I shall skip that one for now. Excuse me while I try to get comfortable again. Wait, also, isn't the sibling kind of the leader of the Abyss? She's the Abyss Princess, yes. Or Prince, depending on who you choose as the main character.
Huh? Wait, you're that blonde traveler who's on a journey to all corners of Tevat, right?
Yes.
Asking, do you need something from us?
I've seen enough bros from Godhood. Case closed.
I was worried I wouldn't be able to find you. I have a letter for you, you see. It's from another Outlander. He was a crafty fellow, let me tell you. Took advantage of a loophole in our mailing system by opting for guaranteed delivery, then filling in the most obscure mailing address I've ever seen.
Well, we aren't always on the road, so yeah, it's pretty tough to get mail to us unless we happen to go to the post office on a whim.
This is true.
So, give you anyway?
He just wrote, next to a small, white-haired talking fairy.
I mean, shit, he ain't wrong.
Yeah, exactly, right? And if I failed to deliver the letter, I'd have been bound by regulation to compensate him. Really, he got me good. I count myself very lucky that I ran into you here. Of course, here it is.
Give it here. Oh god, don't tell me I have to read again. Okay. It's been a while, how are you? I've heard that the two of you are traveling in Sumeru, and I happen to be in Port Ormos on official business. Lately, I've been stopping by a tavern for a drink or two every afternoon. If luck's on my side and this letter successfully reaches you, come to me, and then we can catch up on old times. We'll see it as a fated encounter, Kaya.
Kaya, huh? So he's here in Sumeru. Now that Paimon thinks about it, Crafty does describe him pretty well.
Yeah, I can't say I'm hugely surprised.
In the letter, it looks like he didn't think there was much chance of it reaching us. Or maybe he's just being sneaky. Do you think he's making this sound like a miracle of fate so that we'd have to go meet up with him?
Very scheming indeed.
Yeah, you're right. It's always nice to see old friends. The letter says that he hangs out at Jafar Tavern every afternoon. Perhaps we should drop in on him then, huh?
I'm sure Paimon received many letters, granted they are all probably dinner invitations. Let me just claim these Primo gems real quick. Okay. You can guess what's for dinner. Okay, it said 18, right? Meow. Orange. God damn it. It said 16. If only I could go backwards. Okay. Just wait another day, it's fine. No harm done. Do-do-do-do.
Kaya should be at Jafar Tavern right now. Let's go see him.
There he is.
I'll have something I haven't tried yet, boss.
Sorry, sir. I'm afraid you've already tried every type of liquor we serve.
Who would have thought?
Oh? Well then, just the bill, please. That's just as well, I suppose. I do have other matters to attend to.
Kaya, you're really here! Paimon half thought you were playing some sort of prank on us.
Hey, Paimon, traveler. Looks like the gods smile upon me after
I haven't
all.
heard this man spoke since I first played this game.
I wouldn't joke if I wanted to see my good friends.
Wait a second. You must be here on official business, right? What do you think you're doing spending every afternoon drinking at the tavern? You itching for a lecture from Jean?
Not at all. The acting Grand Master positively terrifies me. Why would I ever do anything that might displease her? The truth is, I'm in Sumeru to learn about the alcohol industry here. So despite how it might look, I'm actually at Jafar Tavern for strictly business purposes.
Totally believable, bro.
Sumeru spices are famous the world over.
Don't think anyone has used
Long
him
been rumored
when they
that
first
this
unlocked him.
fine
That's a
establishment
lie.
was where a
Daily
certain
does.
very popular spiced cocktail was invented. That's why the Knights sent me, their foremost expert in alcoholic beverages, to come and see if it is as good as the rumors say.
And how did that go?
So far, so good. I'm already in talks with some spice merchants in Port Ormos about some potential collaboration.
Master Diluc are gonna make a tidy sum from
I'm sounding a bit like an alcoholic. Well, I do have one on my
Well,
normal
let's not
party
get ahead of
anyways.
ourselves.
Get
Whether
Venti in
this
here.
lucrative opportunity gets passed along to Don Winery or not depends on how nice I'm feeling.
Hey! Using your job to settle personal grievances isn't very knightly, Captain!
Yeah, I'm guessing you've been to Subaru before?
Oh? What makes you say that?
You came all on your own, so you might be quite familiar with
Very sharp of you. I wouldn't say I'm familiar, though. I just came here on the sly once, when I was very young.
Venti gets a pass. I like his music.
And? Do continue.
And he's also, you know, Archon, so I think he gets a pass for most
When
things.
I said we could talk about the old times, digging up my past wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
Don't worry about it.
All right, since you're so interested. Like I said, I was very young then. Don Winery had only just taken me in. I overheard my adoptive father talk about sending a team of merchants to Sumeru during a business meeting. I'm sure you'll agree that everyone's curious about their roots on some level.
No, it's like everyone is an Archon nowadays. No, there's 7.
Deep underground, somewhere near Sumeru. And so I stowed myself away amidst the cargo and silently joined the merchant delegation on their trip to Sumeru. But it wasn't long before the merchant delegation received news that I'd gone missing. Their leader promptly found me, and before
Here's
I
the
knew it,
question,
my adoptive father was dragging me back home by
I
the
know
ear.
that
It was a short-lived adventure. Sorry I don't have a more thrilling
there
story
will be a Red and Shogun banner relatively soon. Do I save so I continue collecting the Archons like Pokemon? Because I currently have Farina and Venti, so I might as well try and collect them all. Gotta catch them all, you know?
Honestly, not much. The only reason I knew that Conria was near Sumeru is because I happened to read that in a book when I was young.
Hi,
My
Dingsliff.
life had less and less to do with Conria as I grew up, and so I started caring less as well. I used to believe that I had inherited some sort of duty from my father. But then I began to wonder. Maybe my father left me in the peaceful land of Mondstadt for no other reason than simply to keep me alive, as well as ensuring that I'd be
Just
safely
casually
cut
whip
off
out the
from
line like,
certain
yeah, I own
things.
all the gods. Yeah.
The thought that I might be able to
Some people
actually live
can
a
do
happy
that.
life there must have been the icing on the cake. This is obviously all
Maybe one day I'll get there as well.
Simply put, I'm afraid that I'm not particularly in the know on this topic. These days, my surname, Alberich, is probably the only link to Conria that I have left.
One death afternoon, please, boss. Tell me, what do you know about the significance of that name, Alberich?
Don't act so surprised,
You've
Paimon.
decided to join us. I was wondering how long you planned on listening in. I believe I've seen you before in Mondstadt. Dainsliff, if I'm not mistaken.
So you remember me. Then we are already acquainted, Kaya Alberich, descendant of the Abyss Order's founder.
Huh?
The last time I played, I lost a 50-50 on Zhongli.
I take it that
Deleted
you
the game
weren't
right
aware of
after.
this
Aw,
until now,
damn.
or you wouldn't have been so forthcoming with your surname.
Oh my.
I mean, when I was pulling to get Venti, I lost my 50-50 to Jean, so now she's just sitting in my characters.
Suppose that was why my father left me in Mondstadt after all.
I'm surprised that you take me at my word without the faintest hint of skepticism.
Well, perhaps what you told me just happens to answer some questions I carry in my memories. And in any case, I recognize your eyes.
It's kind
You're
of
a pure-blood Conrian, aren't you?
Rather take Jean than Chi-Chi.
Very clever.
That's
Forgive me for being direct.
fair.
But I sincerely hope this new knowledge doesn't change anything. If you've already let go of your ties to the past,
then keep it that way.
Kaya, you're not involved with the Abyss Order in any way, are you?
Why would he be?
Hey, hold on now. This conversation has taken a
I
rather
haven't mentioned yet
sudden
that
turn
I
for the
hate
deadly
buying
serious.
furniture.
And I'm afraid that as
Possibly.
someone from Mondstadt, I'm not
It
accustomed
doesn't
to this
surprise
sort of
me
atmosphere.
whether you've mentioned it
So
or
I
not.
find out my ancestry.
Is that what you
Do
are
I
doing?
strike you as the
You're
type who
doing
would
right
be
now?
bound by that kind of thing? Relax. I'll be just as delighted to hunt down the Abyss Order tomorrow as I have always been.
I have no idea how to decorate my room. That's what you have me for.
Either way, looks like we're out of time.
You have too much
I've got a
space?
spice merchant to meet in a
That
minute,
happens when
so
you
I'll
find a
leave
really
the
good
three of you
apartment.
to carry on the conversation without me.
Well, alright then. You go do your thing, Kaya.
See you around.
Missing
And
desk.
Dainsley, no
Look,
need to
you
listen in
just
for
have to
insinuations
text
next time we
Dad,
meet.
and he will bring it
Buy
over.
you a drink.
You don't really trust him, do you, Dane? You're both from Conria, but you get on like
It,
oil and water.
yeah, it depends where you get it
The
from.
fact is, I
Rusk.
still do not know him well. It would be meaningless for me to jump to conclusions.
It's
Can a
not fun
person
when you're
truly
putting
be
dining chairs
unaffected by
together
their
and
ancestry?
you can't figure out what
remains to
screws
be
go
seen.
where. Treat it like Lego.
Well, I suspect that they call your sister their princess, precisely because there is a succession of sorts.
Oh, so if she was the founder, she'd be the queen, right?
I mean to investigate the Loom of Fate. Do you remember that name?
Not in the slightest.
This Order's evil plan.
Ah,
We
okay.
learned about that back in Mondstadt.
Got a new lead?
Not new. Not exactly. My memories suffer from erosion. But while I was recovering my health recently, I suddenly remembered something.
Carrying a big ass couch up a flight of stairs.
She
Well,
mentioned the Loom of Fate
from what
back when
I
we
know,
traveled
they're on the first floor, so no stairs to have to carry stuff up.
Apparently so.
I don't mind building furniture. It's the
I
what do
was
I really
also
want
quite
to put in my
surprised when those
room, and
memories
do I want
tallied
to put
up.
my other dresser in my
I
closet with
recall
the
that
other
we were
two?
traveling to Sumeria
Where to
when the
put my
matter was
desk?
brought up.
So, you're going to the
Aw,
place
you
that
got
she
put on the
mentioned
second
back
floor?
then.
Bro.
Correct. At that time, they must have been introduced in one way or another to this
I
concept.
mean, I wouldn't know. I still
If I
haven't been
recall
there.
correctly, we were somewhere in the Vidya forest then.
Avidya.
What are we waiting for? Let's go! Maybe we'll discover some secret that's lain hidden for hundreds of years!
No.
They don't have an available
Now
unit
is
on the
not
first.
time.
Damn.
No, it's just... I'm still waiting for my drink.
I mean, that's fair, bro. Can I admit, I see Dane's lip and my brain always says Dandelion, so I just call him Mr. Dandelion. That's... You're so real for that. That's so fair. I'm gonna go in from the top. It's there, isn't it? You'll need to not tell me things. Oh, I'm out of stamina. That's not good. Let me just recover real quick.
Wait.
His hair is probably like the only thing that would make him Dandelion.
Was it like this hundreds of years ago, too?
Yes. The forest
Maybe
has
because
barely
Dan
changed
looks
from how I
like the
remember
beginning
it.
of Dandelion to me.
There is very little
I
human
mean,
activity here.
maybe?
Let's search the area and see what we can find.
Is this a field? It must belong to whoever owns that house over there.
Well, no duh.
It looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. You could be forgiven for were thinking nothing was ever grown here. Or, wait, maybe nothing ever was grown here. It's an extinguished bonfire. Forest rangers, perhaps? Looks like it's been ages since it was last lit. And clearly they put it out carefully to prevent a forest fire, too. That's responsible.
A responsibility with fire.
In this area. All that's left is that building. Come on.
I need to sit down and like
We're just gonna go barging in?
and
What if someone's home?
commit to either playing Genshin,
Unlikely.
or at least drawing
There
my
are no
Genshin
signs
self,
of
then maybe
life in
Honkai
this
Star Rail, then Withering
We
Waves,
should be able to enter without
and just knock them all out.
If you say so. Well, you lead the way then, Dane.
House.
So there really isn't anyone home.
Shut the fuck up,
Pretty
Paimon.
ordinary. Huh. There's nothing underneath it either. What sort of person would want to live here? It's so dark and damp. Can't be all that comfortable.
How is Withering Waves? It looks fun, but I don't know if I'm ready for another gacha. Ian Soul gave me too many games that have too cool like classification systems of characters and character designs. Shut the fuck up, bird.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
But in my opinion, I like Withering Waves. It's pretty cool. I definitely think I prefer the combat system that Genshin has. But the exploration stuff that Withering Waves has available, like the grappling hook, being able to run on walls is amazing. There's flight in certain areas. Beautiful. But I still think I much prefer Genshin. Possibly because it has more to offer. Partially because of how absolutely... Like, you can say that Genshin has a lot of fan service, but Wuthering Waves, I feel like, has a bit more of it. Basically, all of the femme characters are, if you're playing the male protagonist, constantly flirting with him all the time. I despise that myself. I don't like being flirted with or at. And, you know, basically all the female characters have massive tits. I just, I'm gay. I don't, don't like tits. And there's just, for the most part, story is interesting with Withering Waves. But, I don't know. I barely got myself to play Genshin. Wuthering Waves is Genshin, but in my opinion, a bit worse. I do like the fact that you can dodge shit and parry stuff while you're fighting enemies. But I still much prefer Genshin's combat. Anyways.
The learning process.
There's a box over here. Why don't we open it? And by we, Paimon means you.
Too much boobs is a real thing. Yep. Honkai will win my heart, but that's because I'm a sucker for turn-based games like that, and the concept is cool so far. I personally don't like turn-based games. I prefer just being able to hit an enemy with everything I possibly can. Though I will say, I like that Withering Waves, when you switch to a character, it doesn't make all the characters be on a cooldown before you can switch. It's just the one you just switched from. You can, like, absolutely devastate shit. It's great. A mirror.
A mirror.
That's crazy.
It's broken too. Was this a makeup box?
Lets me strategize and not rely on my not great fighting reflexes. That's fair. I don't have that great of fighting reflexes either. That's why I typically don't play like combat-based games like these kind of games are. This is the only one that I actually play. I don't do PvE type stuff. I don't even do like PvP stuff. I don't play fighting games. Genshin is the only one that I've like played a lot. And it's a very recent thing that I've played it. But with Genshin, I like the like abilities to I like the elemental stuff. Like being able to do massive amounts of elemental damage is just amazing to me. I have at least 5,000 hours across different competitive games, and I agree, turn-based is so much better. I just can't. My brain doesn't strategize like that to be able to like know when you need to like when you need to fight, when you need to like heal yourself or your team, stuff like that. I can't wrap my head around it.
That's kinda disappointing. Paimon was hoping we'd uncover some super big secret, especially after Dane talked this place up.
Build for max DPS and just spam attack.
Hey, look! It's a bowl! Guess whoever used to live here liked to cook, huh?
Can't you smell it? There's a heavy scent of medicinal herbs in here.
Oh, so it's a medicine bowl? Seems you're right. You've got a good nose on you, Dane.
I don't think that's the compliment you thought it was, Paimon.
Doesn't look like there's anything else worth our attention here. You sure we're in the right place, Dane?
My memories are quite foggy, but my subconscious and instincts both assert that something once happened here. But we'll exhaust ourselves if we search aimlessly. I hear noises outside. Let's go and check.
Noises? Is it...
It's not much. Just some minor adversaries.
To open the door again. Bro.
Monsters? Wow, Dane's ears are sharp, just like his nose.
Ouch.
Although for someone who's as full of surprises as Dane, it's hardly a big deal. Anyway, let's beat up these monsters!
I doubt that the appearance of those monsters was wholly random. There must be something nearby that attracted them. A ley line anomaly, perhaps. But it seems to be more than that. Okay. I'll go slightly further out to investigate any issues with the nearby ley lines. I might be a while. You should wait for me here.
What? You're going alone? You better not be trying to keep some secret from us.
Your suspicions are as banal as they are unwarranted. I merely think that this house should remain the focus of our investigation, and as such, someone ought to stay here and keep an eye on it.
There's
Not to
literally
mention
nothing in
that
the
if
house,
even
though.
forest rangers are capable of investigating ley lines, I will be more than able to handle
Hey,
it alone.
don't put forest rangers down. I have one on my team.
Here then. running around has made Paimon real hungry.
Light the bonfire. I don't have a pyro person on my team. Okay. Fine. Who am I switching out? Venti.
At the ready.
I can aim with Amber. Nighttime. Where did Brooke get a chair from?
Your cooking is as good as ever. Even if there was no other reason, the food
Hutao and Toma are the best pyro characters. Change my mind. I won't change your mind. You are not wrong. Yeah, well, free clothing comes more naturally to you than most.
Dane's taking forever. He said that there might be an issue with the nearby ley lines. How bad do you think it could be? We came together, but now it's back to just being the two of us again. You know, now that Paimon mentions it, we really have spent lots and lots of time together, haven't we? So don't take this the wrong way or anything, but, do you ever get tired of Paimon being around?
I want to say yes, but there's no option to say yes. I want to be mean, but she's trying to have a heart to heart, and fine.
Oh, you stop it! Now you're embarrassing Paimon. So, next question. Don't know if it's okay to ask this, but Paimon's curious. What was it like traveling with your sister?
I'm also curious about this Paimon.
The stars?
I guess we'd gaze at the stars just like this, and we'd point at the planets we wanted to visit. Traveled through the universe, always by each other's side. We saw all manner of hope and despair. This is the first time we've ever been separated. If nothing else, I just want to know what happened.
Yeah, Paimon understands. Being separated without even knowing the reason why, it's just terrible. But we'll find the truth together. Sure as Paimon's your guide. Just you wait, Heavenly Principles, and you too, Teyvat. You know what? We've talked too long about this sad stuff. Let's talk about something happy instead, 'cause if you're sad, Paimon will be too. Alright, it's getting dark.
If I get back into Genshin, I'll probably use Toma as my new pyro user, but I need to level him up. But I haven't gotten to the Arid to get his level up items. Oh yeah, you're still in Leeway, aren't you? Huh. Have you gotten through all of Leeway's Archon quest, or were you still working on that? Did you get level blocked? No, not yet. You're still doing it. You should maybe do that then.
Oh, come on! Don't say that!
If I remember correctly, I did. Well, I would help you with the Ascension stuff, but I can't. You can't do that in co-op.
Nighty-night. Go on, shoo! Off to sleep!
Hakshu, hakshu. Memories of your sibling fill your mind as you fall soundly asleep. I don't know why I decided to lag on that. I want to use Toba more, but his ability interrupts my vape when I run Hutao and Chongling.
Hey, time to wake up. The sun has risen.
Oh. What if I don't wanna? Dane?
What a deep sleeper. You do know that we need to...
I can play it tonight or something else. I still don't know what I want to do tonight.
You dreamed of your sibling last night, didn't you?
Oh.
All right. Rest here a bit longer then. I'll head into the forest to investigate.
Huh? Why are you going back into the forest? Bro yawned! How did I sleep till morning? Why didn't Paimon wake me up to switch shifts? Hang on a moment. Where is Paimon anyway? I vaguely remember Dane coming over. Did Paimon go into the woods with him? Seeing how I haven't woken up yet? Whatever the case, looks like it's just me here for now. Guess it's time to stretch my limbs and have a look around. Clatter? Wait, did that noise come from inside the house? Paimon, is that you? No reply. I should go inside and check. Hang on. What do you mean? I kind of know how Canvas works, but if they've updated it in the past, like, year and a bit, I won't know much.
What do you think you're doing?
You startled me.
This is not whatever you think it is. Nor should you be poking your nose into my business. Begone!
I'm only here looking for my traveling companion.
Travel companion? You mean the one that was keeping watch by your side?
Were you watching me sleep, creep?
Your companion departed for the forest early this morning. That much I saw with my own eyes.
Thought so. Still, I don't know if I can trust this person's word just yet. You were nearby last night?
What business is that of yours, All you need to know is that I claim
This dumbass school of mine changes it every year, and it's driving me insane.
Is none of your concern. Do I make myself quite
I haven't used Canvas in a while, so... I think the last time I used it was to make a fake business icon. There's something strange about this person. I need to find out what he's hiding.
Well, what are you waiting for? If you must, suit yourself.
Wait, sorry, I just noticed. It's intimidating man. This man does not intimidate me in the slightest.
And you don't look like a forest ranger, nor someone from the academia. Still, I'm warning you, no funny business. Promise me that, and you can do as you please.
No villain.
Okay, fine. Whatever. Just move aside. I'm heading in.
Then no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, go on then. Have it your way. I knew I wasn't going to be able to hide this anyway. Just come in. But no overreacting to anything you see in here, okay? You understand me? Come on then.
I still don't find this bitch intimidating at all. Hello, Churl.
Mind your own.
He's more like a nagging old man. Yeah. The kind of guy that goes out and yells at people for being on his lawn.
He was too young for anything
when they're on the
like
sidewalk, you know, that kind of guy.
Don't you lay a finger on him. Just
okay, dinner is served, but what is it, Father?
Find yourself a corner to rest if you're tired or cold. Huh? You know Conria? Who are you, exactly? And how do you know I'm from Conria?
Just a traveler. I'm just a guy. Your eyes.
Do you worship a god, traveler?
Yeah, I follow no god, but I do count some of them as my friends.
Sounds like
Most
you've
of
had an
them.
eventful life. All right, well, my name is Ida, and you are correct. I was once Conrian. Oh, I
Just a
apologize
traveler.
for my earlier words, but you must
Nothing
understand
more.
this. As far as I'm concerned,
I may not be from this world, but nothing more.
seven are nigh extinct, and all who place faith in the gods are my enemies. That may be. But the fact is that chances to talk to people like yourself have been few and far between since the cataclysm. This wretched curse of immortality. Who knows how long I must continue to suffer like this?
Yeah, I take it that's how you survived for so long.
The curse. It was a little gift given to the people of Conria by those vile gods. We lost our home, our loved ones, everything. The agony of the cataclysm itself was already too much to bear, but then came the curse, robbing us any chance of release. All we can do is watch helplessly as our souls erode and our bodies decay.
I give up if the site isn't working. It's 2 a.m. for me. I'll complain and get an extension.
Because, although Conria began with a single bloodline, it was a home to others too. Any who forsook their gods and came to Conria were welcomed as our fellow citizens. When the cataclysm came, we pure-blood Conrians were declared the greater sinners. Upon us the gods placed the curse of immortality. But those whose ancestry belonged to the domains of other gods were punished with the curse of the wilderness as they fled, turning them into monsters. He is Kari Bear, my illegitimate son. How times have changed. I can say that out loud with no consequence now, but it was once a matter of unspeakable shame. I was a noble of Conria, by blood, but I resented the life that my family had arranged for me. Then, one day, I met a beautiful woman amongst the people. Her roots were in Mondstadt, but that mattered not to me. It was love at first sight. Kari Bear faced great hardship from the very moment of his birth.
I still have my other chair behind me.
Selfish desires, and I was never able to be there by his side for any of it. After all that, he turned into a hilichurl right before my very eyes. I always owed him much, and now at least I can finally be close to him.
What happened to his mother?
She was. We were separated. I do not wish to dwell on it.
I'm sorry.
It could be worse. I suffer the pain of loss because I once had everything I could wish for. And now that I have lost almost everything, the little that remains I see with new clarity. If nothing else, At least I still have Caribert.
And what are you planning to do now?
Yes, that reminds me. I only returned here to check on Caribert, but I do have other things I wish to do. You may come with me.
I thought the whole Heliotrope
if
transformation thing happened
so inclined.
hundreds of years before the traveler arrived. No. It happened during the whole war thing. The Archon War? Question mark.
Over here.
What are you gonna use this for?
I'm sure you're wondering why I brought Caribert here to Sumeru. Well, it's because he needs a medicine that can only be made here. One which will help him to recover his clarity of mind.
Recover his clarity of mind? When we were in the chasm, Dane said that the curse could not be undone. Is recovery really possible?
I do not hope to break the curse.
Glad you clarified that.
I am well aware of my powerlessness against the punishment of the gods. But it is said that this medicine is imbued with the power of Sumeru's god of wisdom and can awaken the mind from a state of deep stupor. It has been used in the past to treat cases of mania. I believe that it might just work.
Where did you hear of this?
I read about it in a book. From the Royal Library of Conria. It was banned.
This man sounds insane, and not in a good way.
The seven to work. In my youth, I disliked the life of nobility and craved excitement. I was leafing through some forbidden text and happened upon it.
Yes, there is a good way.
What other choice do I have? What exactly would you have me do, huh? The gods have already punished us. What does one more sin matter now? Never mind. As long as you understand. I'm sorry. I struggle to take control of my mood sometimes. Perhaps a consequence of having lived too long. As it happens, I am in dire need of some help to make this medicine. My hands don't have the dexterity they once did. I fear they may be decaying from within. All thanks to this curse of immortality. Okay. To start with, take this ingredient.
Mushroom?
Also, do you have any of Sumeru's regional specialties on hand? I believe they're called Kalpalata lotuses and Sumeru roses.
Mm-hmm.
Could you This is the method for making the medicine.
Funny looking shroom, yeah.
To follow the steps.
What am I crafting? Something. That one. Ah. Okay. Well, it showed me where somewhere, so... Actually, before I craft that, I need to pause and go get dinner real quick. I will return. And I'll turn on some music for you while I do that. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm done eating for now. Hi. Y'all are silly. Come back here. Time to craft this bitch something. Nameless taboo medicine of the royal court. Yeah, let's craft it up. It's a little goober. Who? Who goober? Me goober? Or red goober? Or daily goober? These are the questions.
Is it done?
You goober? Okay, you goober.
Splendid. Let me see.
I really shouldn't just bite
honesty,
into
I
chicken.
do not know what the end product is supposed to look like.
But I'm not gonna stop.
The banned book didn't feature any illustrations. Well,
Yes, Daily,
the
you are a
moment has
goofy goober.
finally arrived. Curses. No. We need to perform one final step to complete
R&B live.
I said before that this medicine relies on the power of the god of wisdom
Since literally
for its
right now.
restorative effects. Which means we must pay a visit to a statue of the Seven.
Alright, let me open that. Time to lurk in their chat. Lurk. Yippee. Okay, Since he needs the god of wisdom's power, should I get Nahida to help? If you get it, Eddie hates the gods. It would complicate things. I'll just do it his way.
Let's go. Bring the medicine with you.
Okay. Where? 7 statue of.
Look at this statue. How can I bow before this thing?
Why am I being shaken in Red's chat? Hang on.
Look at me! I will utter no prayer, nor will I sing your praises. You and your kind destroyed my home, wrought unfathomable suffering on my compatriots, yet here I stand before you. You cannot mock me more than fate itself already has. God of wisdom, I seek not to disavow myself of the sinful blood that flows through my veins. I wish only to beseech you to have pity upon a young and unfortunate soul, my son, Carabert. He was turned into a monster before he had the chance to witness anything beautiful in this world. This is no fate for a child. If everything the gods have done was in order to have the impious people of
Not me just fucking talking to Ice in Red's chat.
I have given up all I ever stood for. All I ask is for a tiny miracle. For Carabert to see this world once more. Please, God. I beg of you.
Do I count in Laptop Gang, Rusk, if you're still listening? I may not know the whole truth beyond the cataclysm, but the people of Conrad have truly suffered. I use a laptop, but I do have a second monitor attached to it. Does that count as laptop? Why would Connery and the Seven not coexist in peace?
I have made quite enough of a fool of myself for one day. Let's go.
Things will get better. Then you're a certified laptop user? Okay. Can't beat me though. Use my phone to read chat. Damn. Built different.
Curry Bear.
Rice. The Hilichurl seems almost lifeless. Its reaction to everything are incredibly weak.
We've prepared the medicine. We might as well try.
Goop. With your help, Ada feels okay.
Curry Bear, it's me. It's your father. Curry Bear.
Anything?
Curry Bear, please say something. I'm sorry I couldn't be at your side when you were born. And that I failed to reach you and Mama in time when you both were suffering. But I'm here now. Papa's been by your side all these years. I've never left you, not once. Are you still angry with me, Curry Bear? I know you're awake now. Do you not want to talk to me? I'm so sorry, Curry Bear. Forgive me. Please, say something, anything. Please. Please.
It didn't work.
Oh, gods above! What more do you want from me?
And probably your, like, actual worship.
Everything from here, and I still bowed to you. I'd give you my very life if only you cared to take it. But you won't even let me die.
This is one of my favorite quests. I
knew it.
I know. That's why I'm streaming it.
Never have trusted anything that
You told me stream Sumeru and Fontaine Archon quests. So that is what I have been doing. Yeah, you did. My first Genshin stream, you were in chat, and you told me that I should stream the Sumeru and Fontaine Archon quests because they were your favorite. So I have.
Other reasons. What do you mean? Huh. You really think so? Give up? No, never. And yes, you're right. I cannot let myself wallow in despair. Even if I must stay here with him for 50 years, 100, what difference does it make? I do not lack for time.
No, I'll keep helping you. To have infinite time yet no hope can only be called torture.
Let's go. We'll make another dose. The most crucial ingredient in this medicine is the unusual mushroom, which makes things complicated, but not impossible.
Where did you get those mushrooms from, anyways?
I grow them in that field.
Wait, in a field? Like a crop?
The details don't matter, right? Curb your curiosity and just do as I instruct. If you truly wish to help me, that is how you can do it.
Fine.
There is a waterfall near the statue I prayed at. I need you to collect some water from there around 2 in the afternoon. I'll be here watching Curry Bear. Once you're back, I will make some fertilizer for the mushrooms.
Got it.
Good. Then please head over when the time comes.
fetch some water.
Ah, you're back. Carabear's condition is stable. By which I mean he still isn't responding. Anyway, give me the water.
There you go.
I need you to stand guard here for a while. Whatever you do, don't let any forest rangers approach the house.
Wait, are these the Sumeru Archon quests? This is... Yes. I think it more counts as an interlude quest, but yeah.
Ah, good. I'll be back soon.
It's still part of the main story, that's why it's voiced. The main stories, the hangout events, and the character story quests, those are the ones that are voiced. Those are important ones. Monsters, and there's so many of them, it looks like they're coming for this field. Does watering the field somehow attract monsters? Better fend them off.
I hear everything. Let's nip that in the bud.
Oh god, hang on.
Too strong!
What happened? Was it monsters?
Sorry about that. Boyfriend just called me. He did not realize that I was streaming.
Thank goodness you were here. I couldn't have taken them on all by myself. I'd have to hide and wait until they were gone. Oh, yes, I've got the fertilizer. The effects can take some time to kick in, so let's get on with it. Next, pick the mushrooms and repeat the same steps as before to make another dose. I trust you still remember the method.
Sure. Cancel. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I just After resting in this field for a while, my thoughts began to wander.
Sure, buddy.
Have been so very wary for many years.
Ooh, hell yeah.
If only I could fall asleep here in this field and never wake up again. I do indeed. That's why it was just a fleeting thought. Thank you for your help once again. And now, for the final step. Back to the
I mean, yeah. When you're on your desktop, when you're opening OBS, you right-click, and then there will be an option that says run it as administrator. If you have it pinned to the taskbar and you open it that way, you won't be able to run it as administrator. Where am I going? Back to the Statue of the Seven. Okay. Back and forth I go. Where? On, like, the actual desktop, if you have OBS there, right-click on it, and then there will be an option that says run as administrator.
Corribear! Oh no! He must have left
You might have to restart stream.
Preparing the medicine to notice. Come on! We have to.
Or you can just try it while OBS is running. I don't know if that'll do anything, but it's not like you're that far into stream, so. Don't think it'd matter that much.
That's not Corribear. Right. Corribear's scarf was a gift I once gave to his mother. I use it now as a marker of sorts. My eyes must be going. How could I not recognize my own son?
There's something strange about it, apparently.
Yes. It doesn't seem interested in us in the least. It seems intent on walking in that direction. Where could it be going? Yes. The more we know about hilly churls, the better.
Oh.
Did it go in here? Well,
I didn't want to listen to him yap more. His voice is kind of getting on my nerves.
What a ghastly place. Has it always existed? I swear I've never noticed it before. Huh. It looks like they're worshipping. Sometimes walking, sometimes kneeling in worship, and it appears to be in earnest. I've never seen anything
We appreciate
like this in all my
yappers.
life.
Not this one.
What in the world does this place conceal?
I don't
there's
appreciate.
only one way to
I
find
don't know
out.
how to. The air here and this creepy scene, it's eerily familiar. Can I just walk past these guys? Hope so. Oh! Started attacking me. That's... No. What if I just ignore them? English no good for you? Hey, Sam. I don't blame you. English kinda sucks. I don't know where I'm going. I'm going somewhere.
Is this a teleportation device? What energy is powering it?
He spoke! Oh. You know what? Nah. Do I have to?
I'll uproot you! Keep up.
I did have to. That's mean. Never gonna pass up a free chest. This looks like the structure in the chasm. Oh. Her language was only 100 years old. That's interesting. Sorry, I just looked at the chat. Is it an Ice Cloud live? In my Genshin friend chat? Oh, well there I go. Goodbye, Vressa. Ice Cloud live! It's my favorite thing to call you, and I have no idea why. Don't ask me why I started calling you that, it just happened. Do I go through here? Oh, wait. Chat, come back!